All right, what is going on, guys? This video is going out very late. Unfortunately, the hurricane that hit Florida made its way up to Ohio, knocked out power for quite a while. So we lost power at 4 o'clock yesterday, got it back about 30 minutes ago. So today's video is going to be very short and sweet. Did not have time to do research whatsoever, so I'm going to talk through the games. Fade me, don't fade me. We're going to keep the plays very, very square today just because I didn't do the research. But I'll give you guys my opinion on every game. Still feel like I got a pretty damn good knowledge of every team, every game. Yesterday sucked. Those games were wild yesterday. Minus 2.2 units, which sucks because we had several days in a row of winning days, but still doing all right. Mets and Brewers over 7.5. I mean, the first inning grand slam with 2 outs. That kind of helped. Good job, Sean Manaea. Astros first 5. That was just easy cash. Taking the Astros is just easy money. And then we lost everything else except Nerfies. We crushed Nerfies 3-0 on those. So that was awesome. I did have Reds, Nerfie, and the under. So that was one of the parlays I played, and that was pretty sweet. But let's jump into the card here. Some of this data is not right on the right guys. Again, I've just got power back and I'm trying to get this video out as soon as possible, but I'll talk you guys through weather, all that stuff. Some of it is right, some of it's not. Pirates, Yankees, Luis Hill, Paul Skeens. I mean, this one to me screams, let's take the under. We've got an 11-mile-an-hour wind blowing in, 2 pitchers that have been pitching pretty well. Pirates ended up winning. It was 2-2, and they got like a 2-run homer in the 8th to win. I would say just take the under. That would be my best bet. I know 7's kind of a scary number, but 12-mile-an-hour wind blowing in. Neither team is playing for anything. They've got it all locked up. I think both of these pitchers throw pretty solid games. Maybe a first 5 under would probably be more what I would be inclined to lean to, just because both of these bullpens are not great. So Pirates are 27th. Yankees doing a little bit better, but still a 3.62 ERA. So first 5 under for me. If I had to pick a team here, I would go Yankees. Just reverse course from yesterday, but not a game I love. White Sox and the Tigers. We've got Sean Burke going against Bo Brisky. This was Brent Herter yesterday. So again, just don't pay attention to anything on the right, guys. This is a shambles of a video today, so forgive me for that. All right, my opinion, the Tigers clinched, which is pretty crazy. A stat I heard yesterday is back in like August something, they had a 99.2% chance of not making the playoffs. So that means they had a 0.2 chance of making the playoffs, and they ended up pulling it off. They clinched last night. I'm sure they partied, alcohol involved. We've done this system play for every single one, and it's panned out. So I would say White Sox on this one. I would probably take the runs just in case because it's still a shitty team. But maybe look at run line. Maybe even bump that up to +2. All right, Phillies. I'm sorry, Cubs and the Reds. So we've got Rhett Lauder, Kyle Hendricks. I mean, massive pitching disparity here. But we also have a 16-mile-an-hour wind blowing in again. This is killing us. I would... The over is favored with a 16-mile-an-hour wind. I like Reds first 5. I wouldn't do the -0.5 just in case it's 0-0 we push. But if you're going to give me Rhett Lauder versus Kyle Hendricks, I'll take that matchup. Hendricks is still a dog shit pitcher. So give me the Reds first 5. Lauder has just been absolutely insane through his first 5 starts. He's only given up like 2 earned runs. So he's rocking a 1.4 ERA. We just need the Reds to do something offensively. They're hitting like 200 over the past week against righties. They're going to have to be a little bit better than that, but Hendricks giving up over 300 to lefties, around 300 to righties, so I'll take my chances there. Reds first 5. That is going to be an official play. All right, Marlins and the Blue Jays. The Fish just love to screw me, man. They've had 59 wins. I've been a part of every single one of them, just on the other side. So that's cool. I wouldn't touch this game with a 10-foot pole. I don't trust Yariel Rodriguez. I don't trust Xavier Curry. If I had to pick a side, I would go Blue Jays. But after what we saw yesterday, I'm not paying -166 for this Blue Jays team. I don't trust Yariel Rodriguez to not walk a ton of people. So complete fade for me. But if you want to be a degenerate, Blue Jays. All right, Phillies and the Nats. Zach Wheeler, Mackenzie Gore. I would take Phillies run line all day here. Bounce back after yesterday. Ranger Suarez got roughed up by the Nats. Mackenzie Gore on the hill. Gore not too bad. 4.04 ERA. He's 10-12 on the year. He does tend to pitch a little bit better at home, but I'll trust Zach Wheeler at 16-7 with a 2.56 ERA all day. I think they come out to hit today. When we have seen the Nats have these types of games, it does tend to be against left-handed hitters. Righties, I mean, they've been struggling. 211 over the last 14, 216 over the last 7. McKenzie Gore splits are pretty good against righties over the last 30 days. I'll give them that. It's a .135, 231 to lefties. But if you want to straight bet this, Phillies run line would be the play. We do have a play in this, but we're going to parlay it. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Next game is going to be, man, I am just off my game. I'm forgetting to move the slides. Ugh, so rushed today. All right, Cardinals and the Giants. We got Andre Palante going up against Tristan Beck. This was supposed to be Blake Snell on the hill, but clearly it is not Blake Snell anymore. So this is essentially a Giants bullpen game. Giants bullpen has been okay, 3.95 ERA. Cardinals got out early. I didn't expect them to win that game. I thought that should have been a lock for the Giants, so I don't want to trust this game. Palante's been pretty solid all year. I mean, if you want to pick a team, I would go Cardinals at plus money here, but I don't want to touch it. A lot of games like that today where I just really don't want to get involved in these games. We've got 2 more games left. It's scary. All right, Rays and the Red Sox. Shane Baz going up against Cutter Crawford. Cutter Crawford's been pitching a lot better as of late. Shane Baz has been doing okay. I mean, he's probably going to give up, maybe 2 to 3 runs against a regular offense. This Red Sox team, I just feel like they've just kind of packed it in. So I don't really trust the Red Sox. I don't really trust Cutter Crawford. I would take the over 7.5 would probably be my favorite play. You've still got a really bad Red Sox bullpen, so it's Rays or the over in my opinion. It's the only way I can see this game. All right, next game, Astros and the Guardians. Ben Lively going up against Justin Verlander. Verlander's got a 5.55 ERA. He's 4-6 on the year. Lively's 13-9 with a 3.80 ERA. Verlander did okay in his last start, but man, I don't trust him. So for me, I would take Cleveland team total over 3.5. It's an alt line at -160, but we are going to use that as a dance partner today in a bet. But really, I like Guardians in this spot. I don't really trust Verlander whatsoever. You could look at like a Cleveland first 5 -0.5, or just do the Cleveland first 5. So Lively probably going to give up, 2-3 runs. He's not going to be immune to giving up runs, but he does tend to pitch a little bit better at home. So I trust him over Verlander. Next game, Mets and the Brewers. Jose Quintana going up against Jared Coing. Essentially, bullpen game for the Brewers. It was supposed to be Colin Rea, and now all of a sudden it's not. So I guess they're just resting starters to get ready for postseason potentially, which I think we'll see a lot tomorrow. So to me, if we look at the Brewers, they've been hitting lefties pretty decent. 241 over the last 14, 271 over the past 7. Mets have not been hitting lefties so well over the past week, hitting about 192, 270 over the past 2 weeks. We saw the Brewers get out early and often last night. I don't think they'll have that same success off of Quintana. It's been pretty well on the road. So to me, I would say it's a Met spot, but yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to touch this game. Maybe take the over, but bump it down to 8. Take a little bit of juice and do over 8 with the hook potential. But yeah, to me, it's a pick 'em for a reason. It's -110, -110 for a reason. I don't want to touch it. All right, next game on the card is going to be the Orioles and the Twins. We've got Albert Suarez going up against Zebby Matthews. Suarez didn't look good his last start. Before that, I mean, he's been very spotty. He's had great starts or shitty starts. To me, he is a pitcher that is throwing against a team that sucks. So give me the Orioles in this spot. I was on the Orioles yesterday, on them again today. Zebby Matthews, I just don't trust this guy. He's got a 5.71 ERA, 5.56 expected, so he's kind of right where he should be. His home run per 9 is 2.34. He's one of the worst starters in baseball in terms of home runs allowed. Got a very powerful Orioles lineup, getting ready to tune up for the postseason. Just a beautiful spot to take a team. Twins have been struggling to score runs, so Orioles up at -108 for me in this one. Royals and the Braves. Seth Lugo going up against Reynaldo Lopez. So Lopez been injured, coming back to make a postseason run. The Royals are locked in. I don't trust this team. I don't trust Seth Lugo. I trust Lopez. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game. We saw the Royals struggle to get a run. Didn't even get 1 run yesterday. They're hitting bad. 200 over the past 7 days against righties. Lopez is a very good right-handed pitcher. No one's been able to get to him. So that said, I mean, we've been talking about it all year. He's got a 2.03 ERA. Expected ERA is 4.08. So advanced metrics say the shoe should drop, but it just hasn't. So it's very similar to like David Peterson for the Mets. If we look at the splits for Lugo, the Braves are third and first, hitting the fastball and the cutter over the past 30 days. So to me, Seth Lugo on the road is just not someone I can trust. I trust Lopez at home. Give me the Braves all day in this spot. All right, next game is going to be the Padres and the D-backs. Did not expect the Padres to win yesterday, but they came out the gate and just smashed Merrill Kelly in the mouth right off the bat. Put up like 3 or 4 off of him. So D-backs in trouble, man. They are in trouble not making the postseason. So Randy Vasquez going up against Eduardo Rodriguez. I don't trust either of these guys. Eduardo Rodriguez is not a guy I trust. I don't trust Randy Vasquez. I see runs and runs. That's why we see the over-under at 9.5. Not a game I really want to touch. I don't trust Rodriguez enough to take the Diamondbacks at minus 185. So to me, I would say it's like a Padres or pass, maybe a Diamondbacks team total. I trust that they'll get to Vasquez, but I think the Padres get to Rodriguez as well. So it should be a fairly high-scoring game. Maybe just look at D-backs team total, but would recommend just kind of passing on this. Pitch splits for Vasquez look terrible, but that said, the guy just seems to pitch well when I bet against him. So that's where I'm at on that one. Dodgers and the Rockies. We've got Yamamoto going up against Senzatella. Senzatella expected ERA 7.92. Current ERA 3.38. So maybe some regression. This Dodgers team looked great yesterday. I thought they would be hungover after celebrating clinching, but they didn't give a shit. They just smashed home runs and beat the crap out of the Rockies. I said take the over yesterday, and the over just absolutely, it was sweat-free money right there. Today, I just Dodgers run line, minus 162, or Dodgers in a parlay, which is how we're going to play it. All right, Rangers and the Angels. Andrew Haney going up against, Griffin Canning. Okay, God, I'm out of it. Anyway, Haney, a lefty, has been pitching pretty well. I like Haney when he's at home. I don't necessarily love Haney away. Griffin Canning has been pretty bad at home. Seems to pitch a little bit better away, but I don't trust either of these pitchers. Over 8 all day long. Wind blowing out. Give me the over in that game. If I had to pick a side, I would probably lean Rangers, but just give me the over. It's like a game where there should be runs scored. All right, final game on the card, A's and the Mariners. We've got Joey Estes going up against Emerson Hancock. You can see I didn't even have time to put the pictures in over here, so this is a total dog shit presentation, so apologies. But anyway, Estes going up against Hancock. Hancock's been pretty good, but he hasn't had a ton of starts since he's been back from injury, right? He's 4-4 on the year. He's got a 4.72 ERA. We saw him win with Woo on the Hill yesterday. I would lean Mariners. If we look at the A's, they're just not hitting righties well. 220 over the last 14, 188 over the last 7. Mariners are hitting the fastball well against righties. They're number 1 in the last 30 days, and Estes throws that 55% of the time. So to me, it is a Mariners or pass kind of spot. Over 7.5, I could definitely see that hitting, but I think that's a pretty damn appropriate line. So to me, it's just kind of a Mariners or pass kind of a spot here. All right, pitching report. I will give this to you guys. If you want to screenshot, make a bet out of that. There's some good data there. Park factors today. Coors' ball should be jumping, plus 25% home run. Progressive, ball should be jumping. Verlander's going to give up some absolute nukes to this Guardians team. And in terms of best bets, I didn't put anything on here. I'll just tell you guys the best bets I like today. It's very short and brief. Like I said, game start in not too long. So I got 3 best bets today. Reds, first 5, plus 105. And then 2 little mini parlays that I like today. I just want to play it safe today. Yesterday's left a really bad taste in my mouth. I'm going to do Phillies Dodgers money line. That's 1 unit play at plus 104. And then I'm going to do Atlanta money line, Cleveland team total over 3.5. So they have to score 4 runs. I trust that they will do that off of Verlander alone. And that's plus 138. So those are my 3 best bets today. Apologies for the shitty presentation, but we'll be back to normal tomorrow. So I'll catch you in the next video.